Hey guys, welcome to Valuable Insights. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having an awesome day, enjoying your night or evening. And we're going to get right into it. And I want to thank the Lord for guiding my steps. I ask that this insight reaches who you're asking to receive it, and they can have the clarity that they need to live a abundant, love, and prosperity life to shine their highest light. Thank you, Spirit. And let's So what we have here in the energy, we have a majority of low rank, clingy ass people need for validation, whose sexual expectation is going to be broadcast for playing up in your energy. Spirit has a laser light focus on these people. They're paranoid. They're replaying events and conversations due to their taboo spell word. They're losing appetite. Try to confuse chaos with love. Okay, let's see where this story takes us. Clarify. Spirit, what is the majority? Legal, a very skilled lawyer. So we have a very skilled lawyer. What about this skilled lawyer? Motion, formal request to a court. So it's getting things in motion. Clarify the final truth. Excuse me. We have arraignment, first court appearance. So you could be receiving a message. We have easement, right to use another land. And we have a trust, property held for beneficiary. So there's going to be an arraignment. About someone's land or property. And that's the final truth. Clarify expectation. Caught short. Yeah, somebody's sexual expectations or sexual preferences or whatever is going to be broadcast. They're going to be caught short. Clarify broadcast. Under Transfer of Property Act. I'm sorry guys about the noise in the background. That's my son on his game. A document starting a civil case or starting a case. About them trying to discontinue. We have help and assist. Foreclosure. They help to assist some form of foreclosure to a property. So what's going to be broadcast, somebody's going to be caught short about a transfer of property, how they tried to stop and discontinue, how someone helped and assist with the foreclosure. Clarify low rate. Court order to do or stop. Ask for a request. Yeah, this the justice the justice goodness, it can't come out. The justice system failed you. We have offer proposal to form a contract. They could be coming in to offer you a proposal. Look at, examine, to consider. About a written law, about some form of statute of limitation that they didn't abide by. We have the government authorities filing a suit. They have evidence, documentary evidence, something recorded, such as photos and videos. You have a case. You have valid grounds to sue. Yeah, these people illegally discontinued some type of foreclosure. Clarify. Mistake. Fair and square, honestly, without you. Oh, there wasn't no mistake. This is fair and square. They knew exactly what they were doing. We have a King of Wands. Could be a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Give, provide, and furnish. Yeah, it was fair and square. They know exactly what they were doing. It could be someone who's comfortable being alone. We have insurance claim. Wrongful rejection. Yeah, they denied this claim, this home that belonged to you. This property. Something you inherited, you could have inherited. Involved unintentionally, caught up in. So somebody could have been caught where you could have been caught up in, or somebody could have been caught up in. But this was you being involved unintentionally. You weren't meant, this was not supposed to go down like this, but everything happens for a reason. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't meant for you, for this to happen to you. Clarify. being alone. Did I do that one? I think I did. Well, let's clarify attachment. Evidence, proof presented in case. Yeah, they have the evidence. They know who the beneficiary, who's supposed to receive. Verify validation, settlement agreement, resolving a dispute, a written sworn statement. Yeah, it's been validated. They have a written sworn statement. Clarify mark on the world. Person presented by an agent. Terminated, concluded. So whoever this person that was trying to make a mark in the world has been terminated. Or thought they were going to make a mark on the world on your behalf or on your credentials. It's been cut dry. They're finished. Finito. Fini. Clarify laser light focus. Fix. Yeah, spirit is fixing this situation. They're going to make sure they rectify. And make sure you have a valid ground to sue. Clarify helicopter, drop the charges, stop prosecuting that case. So you can have a helicopter that's probably harassing or flying by, gang stalking, probably trying to scare you to cause paranoia, to drop the charges so you won't speak. Reconciliation. Make sure, ensure, verify, to make sure. Bar against inconsistent claims. Yeah, for you to stop so you won't make no claims. Question an opposing witness, formal finding of guilt. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to make sure you drop the charges, saying it was a form of inconsistent claims. Yeah, the deed, a document transferring ownership, circumstantial evidence recorded that requires to connect it to a fact and dispute. Yeah, they don't want to get convicted for these documents, these transferring of documents. They already have circumstantial evidence, so it's a no bueno. Let's clarify gates. Consumer dispute against other service providers. Yeah, they're having disputes. Tell, inform, notify, advise. Yeah, they're notifying each other. They're having disputes, having arguments. Show, demonstrate, indicate. that everything has been looked at, or they have evidence, they have proof. They done examined, they done considered their reviews. Clarify paranoia. Hang by a thread. Yeah, because they're hanging by a thread. They're paranoid. Clarify DIY projects. Or no, let's clarify the Catholic Church. Divorce legal of a marriage. So a church could have had something to do, perhaps marrying someone illegally. Somebody could have gotten married at a Catholic church illegally, possibly under your name. Divorce. Or something's, no, or whatever this contract, these legally bind contracts is coming to an end. These folks are hanging by a thread. Clarify DIY projects. Yeah, they thought these DIY projects, these spell works, discuss, address, talk about. Yeah, they talking about these taboo spell work they was doing. Clarify human rights lawyer. Above board, honest and legal. Yeah, we have a justice lawyer, a legal lawyer, someone who's going to go above board, who's honest and legal, that's working on this case. Clarify replaying events. Bound to act for another. So they're replaying events. Yeah, because they know someone's bound to act on your behalf. It's inevitable. Clarify brutally honest. Brutally honest. There's a proper location for a trial. Yeah, you're about to go on trial. And keep sharp and eager-minded. It's coming in fast. The 8 of Wands. Appetite change. Counsel, lawyer, legal advice. Search warrant. Protection from legal liability. Sworn out of court testimony. Private disputes. Hang out to dry. They're going to need bail money. Securing court appearance. Or some form of homicide. Let me read it how. We have so I'm clarifying their appetite. They lost their appetite because they're going to need a lawyer or some form of legal advice for this search warrant to get some form of immunity. I try to have a sworn testimony out of court. About some private dispute. But they're going to be left to hang out to dry for abandoning someone to take the blame. They could have tried to get somebody else to take the blame for a red rum attack or manslaughter. and they're going to need bail money. So yeah, they're losing their appetite. Clarify taboo answers. Yeah, their answers are taboo. Their answers are taboo. They try to attack your credibility. They're about to be facing a lot of challenges. They're going to be caught off guard. Clarify spell work. Their spell work is backfiring. Spell work, check bounce. Yeah, their spell work is backfiring. Their check bounce. It bounce right back to you, so you can receive your justice, your money, your property, your inheritance. Yeah, they're going bankrupt. Inability to pay debt. Yeah, they're not going to be able to pay this debt. We have a guardian person legally caring for another. Clarify this guardian. Notice for employment. Yeah, they're going to be needing employment. Okay, clarify desire. They had the drive for will, drive for more. These contract legal agreements. Yeah, they still had the desire for these contract legal agreements. They were still willing to start and initiate. We have a King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That could have been initiating these conflicts, these contracts. Clarify higher self. Custody, legal control of your person. Yeah, they were trying to have custody. Over you. They were trying to control you. Enforce certain obligations, certain obstacles in your way. They were in this God complex, trying to play God in your life. Yeah, they're about to face the music. The experts have evidence presented to us as the court. They're not going to have any choice but to accept the punishment and the criticism, because we did have sexual expectation and broadcast. So yeah, they're going to be wishing that they didn't take this far. Clarified bully. Yeah, they were bullying you, trying to bully you, claim ownership by finding it. Yeah, they were bullying you. Finders keepers. They were trying to claim ownership on your property, on your inheritance. Clarify piercing. let permit, authorize, defamation, jaded, worn down by. Yeah, they were hoping you let them defame your character, wear you down, where you'd be worn down, let down with disappointments. Clarify civil lawyer, hurt by others' conflict, caught in the crossfire. That this civil lawyer could be caught in the crossfire. This civil lawyer could have been having private disputes behind the scenes. We have a human rights lawyer, someone who fights for justice and equality. And then we have a civil lawyer who was having private disputes. Clarify, confused, chaos with love. Claim cannot be relitigated. Yeah, their claims can't be. It's just over. There's no going back. They tried to confuse chaos with love, bring despair into your life. Get some of these out the way. You could be brown skin, or somebody in this energy, or somebody in the group could be brown skin. They were trying to offer some form of proposal. They were waiting for some type of feedback to hear that you had self-sacrificed yourself. Clarify this proposal. They were waiting, but they got no response. Above the law. Yeah, these people thought they were above the law. Side opposed may claim or charge. Defense. That's right. Free from suspicion or blame. Notice of breach of contract. Yeah, they thought they were going to be free from their attacks. They thought they were going to be free from suspicion. They thought they were in the clear from these breach of contracts. Clarify feedback. Misdemeanor, less serious crime. Yeah, they're hoping they get a misdemeanor, hoping they get a less serious crime. Clarify self-sacrifice. Waiver, volunteer, surrender of a right. Yeah, they self-sacrifice themselves. They were well aware of what they were doing. They had full knowledge. They had no care. They were doing spell work, their taboo spell work. They were in their God complex, thinking they're beyond, up and beyond, up and above. But there's only one who creates and controls all things. And they had no control over what you do your performance, how you choose to live. Let's see. Let me pull something out the bag. Let's see what the cat let out the bag. And see if it correlates with this story. I don't want to make it too long, but let's get pull out a little bit. We have find out, yeah, they're about to discover information if they haven't already. We have a sisterhood. They could have had some form of sisterhood. We have a shoplifter. Yeah, because they've been stealing, doing things they weren't supposed to. We have worry and depression. Yeah, these folks, they're worried, they're depressed because they're about to receive subpoenas, legal order to appear in court or provide evidence for this cover-up, this top secret. Yeah, these people are convicts. We have a social engineering, manipulating people into giving up confidential information. Yeah, they were pretending they cared, but they didn't. That's what my son said. Their lack of compassion. We have Phineas. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Don't quote me on it. But it's from Phineas and Ferb. The only thing that is impossible is impossibility. Yeah, these folks thought it was impossible for you. We have lust, craving instant attraction. Somebody could be lusting over you. We have a border police. We have a border protection. Somebody could be trying to leave the country. At fault. Because they're the one that fault, caused the problem. We have the 8, number 24. Could be significant. Which breaks down to a number 6, which talks about balance. That could be your birthday. Your birthday. We have Aurora. That could be your name or the city. We have a GUN. Someone could have been trying to cause some type of friction. We have a partner. We have something could have happened in spring. We have a highway patrol officer. We have handcuffs. Yeah, somebody's going to jail. You could be being subpoenaed to court. We have mastering skills. You mastered your skills. You could be in your 40s, or somebody could be in their 40s. Their 40s could be significant. And we have a couch potato. Yeah, they're going to be around here sitting on the couch watching TV. So the majority could be a sisterhood. But whatever it is, they're paranoid. They're replaying these events and conversations. This spell work is backfiring. They're losing their appetite. Yeah, that's why they're going to be this couch potato with nothing to eat. You done mastered your skills. You know that impossible is impossibility. The only thing that is impossible is impossibility. Phoenix and Ferb. Oh, we can't see it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hopefully it resonated. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later.